So honestly, that episode was really funny. I mean, especially the part where we see frieren kind of do her secret, I guess her secret technique that she learned from her master and try to seduce, um, the priest. That they're like, oh, come along. But yeah, this episode was, comedic, had some comedic things, but other than the, other than that, I mean, there wasn't really much to, I guess, dive into or to read into much. But I will say that this episode was like them gaining a kind of a female or their own priest, um, their own priest for this adventure. Even though he said he'll be probably going part way, I feel like once he goes halfway, like he said, and he says, the only reason I'm going halfway is so I can meet with my friend, even though it's been 10 years and he said 3. I feel like in the halfway point he'll find out that, oh, my friend is dead, and then that will kind of light a fire in him and be like, oh, like even though he's dead, I'll try and finish what he started pretty much. So I feel like in the halfway he'll find out he's dead, and then he'll be like, you know what, I'm still gonna go with you to defeat the Demon King. I'll kind of finish what my best friend, what he couldn't do, what he died for, kind of continuing his adventure. And I feel like this is their version of Himmel, because just like the priest and frieren in the heroes party, like this priest likes older women, he drinks, he gambles, and he smokes like that corrupt priest, like frieren said. So I found that kind of interesting, a bunch of parallels to Himmel, and now is kind of joining um their his kind of joining their journey to defeat the Demon King. And what I found really funny was that the whole time you can kind of sense Fern does not like him, and I really found it funny that every time Fern kind of got like, oh, he likes alcohol or tobacco or older women, she like, oh, that means like the priest who raised me, Himmel, or whatever, I forgot his name, but him, like, is such a serious priest and everything. And it was just funny, like, in that standpoint. Like, if you watch the episode, it's pretty funny. Like, she's like trying to justify, in a sense, that the priest who raised her was a serious priest. And and obviously, like, he like, frequent questions, oh, what did he teach you? So I found that whole interaction pretty funny. I mean, with the whole gag now that Fern, for some reason, hates or dislikes the priest, even though she was raised by a pretty similar priest herself. And one thing that I'm now thinking about that kind of I want to talk about was the reason that she dislikes that priest. And basically she says, it's not because you drink, you do tobacco, you gamble, or even though she looks down on people who gamble, it's not because of that. It's because you made Mr. Stark, I guess, lose all his belongings in gambling. And I feel like that's a telltale sign that she's, kind of growing attached to Stark in a way. I feel like in the future we might see, a relationship be born between Stark and Fern. I mean, with the thumbnail I had last week, which was kind of a hint, this week was even more, because she like showed she actually cared, like when Fern was the first one. She was like she jumped out of her bed when she heard Stark scream in the middle of the night, and then when she found out that Stark was kind of clothless in the alley, kind of thrown like a cat. Um, while everyone else was talking, she went to the side and she gave Stark her own clothes. Well, not clothes, but her jacket, and like to cover him up so he isn't cold, shivering cold or anything. So I feel like those are telltale signs that there might be a relationship between after this journey. There is a high likely chance there is a relationship between Fern and Stark. And just aside from the whole relationship thing, I think this was a pretty cool um episode, I guess. I mean, with the priest kind of joining the ranks, it kind of, I guess it's very similar to Frieren's original Heroes Party. It had a very corrupt priest, I guess, and Frieren obviously kind of like disliked Himmel, and now Fern, the mage, I guess, also dislikes the priest. So kind of a parallel between those. But other than that, I really enjoyed this episode. I mean, I know there wasn't really much to digest, but at least we got that. And we got some little details, I guess you could say. But it'll be interesting to see now like how it should be interesting to see how they handle things now with I guess a healer with them, because that was the main point of bringing the priest with them. So it should be easier. It should be kind of easier. Like if someone gets hurt, like Stark got hurt, he got bit by a venomous snake, and then we saw this priest kind of instantly heal this uncurable or very difficult to cure venom. The priest just put his hand on Stark, and then you saw the whole green thing and whatever healed him. So I feel his skills are obviously good enough for even Frieren to say, "Oh, we need this guy, and we're not leaving without him." So it'll be interesting to see how they handle things now with a priest with a healer in tow. To see what else adventures, little side quests they encounter on their way to defeat the Demon King, and it just should be very interesting now that we're kind of, in a way having the original party Frieren back together. I mean, we have the warrior, mage, and a priest now, and another mage. So there's a lot of parallels to Frieren's Heroes Party, and I guess it'll be exciting to see how they fare in upcoming heroes and everything. But overall, I think it was a pretty cool episode. Hopefully next episode there's we enter a new arc or something, defeat a monster or something, so we have more to talk about. But I really like this episode. Of course, I like the comedic sense in the episode, but I think I'm just gonna end it there. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.